doing a 15-mile run in Wellesley at the Wellesley Trails. So this morning, I woke up and I still hadn't decided where I wanted to do my 15-miler today. So, I was looking at my All Trails map, and at first I was looking for a 15-mile loop, and loops on trails that are that long are pretty hard to find. And the last couple of ones I've tried, I couldn't even really find the loop trail at all. I just would go in one direction and then come to a fork, try to go down one of the forks, end up at a dead end, and then come back and try the other fork, and that might take me a little bit longer. So I know I could download the maps from the All Trails app. I don't know. I just don't know if I'd be able to navigate myself. I'm just not really good at that stuff. So what I did was I looked for a 7 to 8 mile out and back trail, and that way, I guarantee that I won't get lost, and I guarantee the 15 miles. So now you have Wellesley Trails. It's a 7.5 mile out and back, and there were no reviews at all on the app, but the description says it's easy to moderate, I think, and it's trail running friendly. I checked out the elevation map, and it really doesn't look too bad. So we're gonna give this a whirl, and we're gonna kick some ass. Last night I had a pretty rough night. Like every week when I have a rough week at work, I just cap it off by just chilling out at home and just eating junk food and just relaxing, just kicking back and relaxing. And I think last night there might have been a little bit too much of that. I mean, I had a friend come over. We were watching a pretty good Celtics game. We shot some pool afterward in my basement, and just listening to some music. And I had a pretty good time. Probably ate way more than I should have. But I'm feeling okay this morning. My right calf is a little tight from yesterday's run on the track. But this 15-miler, I'd probably be taking it pretty easy for the most part. I'm gonna try to finish it within 3 hours, like well within 3 hours. I gotta bring that pace up. I don't know if it's a matter of me running a little bit faster, or just not stopping as often. Probably a little bit of both. As a matter of fact, if I remember right, in my training schedule, today's supposed to be a tempo run, and I don't really know how you do a 15-mile tempo run. Maybe a 2-mile warm-up and a 2-mile cool down. That still ends up being an 11-mile tempo run. And what would be a good pace for a tempo run when you're going 11 miles? I'm not even sure. I haven't done a tempo run for that kind of distance in a long time, or even ever. So I'm thinking, if I would normally do a 15-mile run at like maybe a 9:30 pace or so, then an 11-mile tempo run would mean maybe I try to push it a little bit and try to do lower in the 9s. I mean, on the trails, I think if I'm doing anything close to like low 9s, that's kind of aggressive, depending on how dense that trail is, and whether or not it's a single track trail. So I'll try to push the pace a little bit. Try to get below a 9:30 pace for as much of it as I can. Whatever I don't have to walk, and we'll see how it goes. Fix this here. I haven't been doing a whole lot of speed work after I signed up for this trail marathon in December, because I'm thinking the idea is just to finish, and I do always care about my form. I care about my cadence, so that stuff doesn't go away, even though I'm not practicing speed a whole lot. So we'll just take it pretty easy, and we'll get through this. And we're gonna rock this 15 miler, and I'll see you when you get there. Cheers. Well, I just got here, parked my car, and I guess it's a little bit of a walk to the trailhead, and I'm not even sure if this is the right way. I don't know if that's to someone's house or what, but let's hike up this thing and find out. Nope. That was someone's driveway. So I'm parked down there somewhere. And I guess we're just gonna get back on the main road here and just walk it and try to find this trail.
When I gave the word, now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes. Listen as the crowd would sing. Now the old king is dead, long live the king. 1 minute I held the key. Next the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castle stand upon pillars of salt and pillars of sand. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, once you've gone there was never an honest word. And that was when I ruled the world. It was the wicked and wild wind, blew down the doors to let me in, shattered windows and the sound of...
Well, we finally found the trail. It ended up being about half mile from where I parked, so I ended up going there, finding it, going back to the where I parked, and then just drove it to the trailhead. So I'm only about a quarter mile into the run right now, but I already got a mile under my belt. Look at this bridge. Pretty neat. All right, mile 3. So So this trail it's got some heavy traffic. A lot of walkers walking their dogs. Haven't seen any bikers yet. But the trail is mostly gravel, if not all, and it's pretty wide. It's wider than like your standard sidewalk. Plenty of room for bikes to pass by and share the path with like runners and stuff. So it's not very narrow. It's pretty safe. Yeah, a lot of dogs here. Feeling pretty good so far. It's pretty easy. No hills, mostly flat. All right, let's keep going. All right, mile 6. Feeling pretty good. I've got someone in front of me who's pacing me, and I'm just kind of, as creepy as it sounds, I'm just kind of following her. It's pretty good pace. We're doing like about low 9s right now, and I'm probably about like a good like 50 yards or 40 yards behind her. So, you know, keeping my distance, not being a creep or anything. So far, so good. Mile 9, averaging about a 9:20 pace. Legs are starting to feel a little tired from going faster than usual. So I'm gonna probably try to do this for 3 more miles, and then that's the end of my tempo. I'll slow it down after that. All right, I'm out. All right, mile 12. And averaging 9:20. I was thinking about slowing it down here, but I think I got 1 more mile into me at this pace. Then I'll slow it down for the last 2 miles. Hopefully I can find my way back to the car. I've done this trail a couple times already, and I'm close to the car, I know that, but I'm not on the same trail as I was when I came in. So I might have to walk around and just look at my GPS. My phone's almost out of battery too. But we'll make it. I'm about 1/10 of a mile from completing my 13th mile. And it's a pretty steep climb back up to that bridge with all the chalk writing. It's pretty close to the car. And yeah, I thought I had enough gas in me to do another 9:20-ish mile, but yeah, with these like climbs like this, I don't have enough. So I'm back on this bridge and gonna make it back to the car. Then we're gonna try to get some drone footage.
Blew down the doors to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever wanna be king? I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever on this word, but that was when I ruled the world.
It's the strangest feeling this way for you. There's something the way you move, something the way you move. With you I'm never healing, it's heartache through and through. There's something the way you move, I don't know what it is you do. Not one bone in your body good enough for me, but this heart is open, blood stain on my sleeve. When our eyes meet I can only see the end, but tonight I'm here, yours again. But tonight I'm gonna lose it all. Playing with fire, I was the first to fall. Heart is sinking like a cannonball. Baby, kill it, what you waiting for? Something the way you move, something the way you do it, something the way you move. Oh, something the way you move, something the way you do it, something the way you move. Oh, there's an evil night and the stars don't shine tonight. Something the way you do, something the way you push me closer, further, bring me just enough. Your lies always seem so true. There's nothing left for me to lose. There's no one thing I can do to change your ways, but I can't sit back and take the lonely days. When our eyes meet, I can only see the end. And tonight, the rain pours again. But tonight, I'm gonna lose it all. Playing with fire, I was the first to fall. Heart is sinking like a cannonball.
All right, we are leaving the Wellesley Trails parking lot. That was a 15-miler that was mostly good. I really started to tire out near the end from just pushing the pace for it was like about 12 miles or so. I was kind of falling apart in that last mile. And then it was nice to get some rest, get back to the car, get the drone out, and have some fun with that. It's probably also nice just taking the hydration pack off my back. Oh. So yeah, all in all, a very good run. And would I come here again? It depends. It depends on what my run's gonna be, because so when they say 7.5 miles out and back, that's really 3 3/4 miles there, and then 3 3/4 miles back. I didn't know that. I didn't know. So I ended up going down as far as I could, coming back almost to the car, and then backing up and kind of doing it again. And you know, that's fine. Most of the trail was flat. Like I said, just, you know, sidewalk or maybe 2 sidewalk widths, crushed gravel. So the footing was pretty even. It really wasn't technical at all. There were parts where I was running on a dirt path, single track, sometimes double track. And that was nice to mix it up a little bit, but for the most part, it was flat, wide, safe, pretty fast.
Turn left.
And just a lot of people. Ton of people. As I'm driving right now, I can see people walking their dogs, even on the sidewalk, walking their dogs, going out for jogs, riding their bikes. So it's a pretty happening place around here. You know, this is Wellesley College, and I believe that's the all-girls school that's along the Boston Marathon route. So you know, there must be a pretty big running community out here, I'm sure, just because of that. So yeah, just a lot of people going on, running here, and just a very busy place. I'm not sure if I'll come back anytime soon, but if I happen to be in the area and I have enough time to drive out here, I might check it out again. All in all, the effort level today, out of 5, it was probably 4 and some change. I wasn't topping out, even on that 15th mile, and bits of the 14th when I had my drone out. I was pushing it and I felt pretty good, and I wasn't completely out of gas like I was when I was doing my 18 miler last week. So definitely the conditioning is coming, and these longer runs are getting a little bit easier. And today's a good proving point. I mean, 15 miles, a much faster pace than I did my previous 15 miler, and yeah, things are looking good. Now, what would I change if I was to do this again? Yeah, I'm not sure. I was dressed well today. It's a little warm today. It's right now my car says it's 78. I'm not really sure if it's 78. It seems a little cooler than that. It wasn't windy at all. My drone was able to follow me, no problem. Just sweating a lot, I wish there was a way I can soak up the sweat. Like I've heard people carry on little armbands so they can wipe up the sweat, but for me, after 10 miles, my wrist would probably be dripping sweat. So I'm not really sure if that's a good option. I've considered wearing running hats before, but same thing. I feel like the hat would just end up soaking up all the sweat and start dripping from the brim. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. I've just been dealing with it. But on a day like today, yeah, it's just sweat's just getting in my eye. I didn't bring my sunglasses today, so that was good. If I have my sunglasses on and I'm sweating, and stuff starts to get on my sunglasses and starts to fog up and stuff, and that's no fun either. I was wearing the right gear. I had a compression tank on. That ASICS compression tank works out really nice because it just, there's no rubbing at all. It just doesn't even move, and it does a pretty good job wicking away the sweat from my body. So once I took it off, I felt pretty dry. I didn't really feel like soaked at all when I was running, so that's good. Hydration pack, that thing works awesome every single time. The Nathan vest. I'm trying to estimate how much water I drank, and I'm not really sure. Like I always do. I do about 2 or 3 sips every mile, and today was no different. Right now my mouth feels like a desert, so I probably should continue drinking as I'm driving home. But all in all, I think I got most of it right today. Everything fell in line pretty good, and I'm excited to, I guess, do this again tomorrow. So I've got an 11 miler tomorrow, and that's gonna be really hard. I think in the past I've done a 20 miler followed by a 10 miler. I think I did that the first year that I was doing my running streak. So over 2 years ago I did that, and I was well conditioned for that.
After half a mile.
So I think I can do it tomorrow without falling apart too early. Haven't decided where I'm gonna do the 11 miler. probably somewhere closer to home. I'm definitely on the trails because I'm going to be taking it slow. I don't really want to be out there on the roads just wrecking my knees. I really need to get that distance in, so I'm probably going to pick a trail somewhere and just slowly do the 11 miler and just get it done. So, you know, I got a lot of stuff going on tonight. My son's got a football game. It should be pretty good. The weather's going to be nice. Tomorrow morning I'm going to try to get up early, get that 11 miler out of the way. Still not sure if I'm going golfing, but hoping. And then GNR concert at night tomorrow, TD Garden. Psyched about that. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'll get it uploaded as soon as I can. And for more running experiences with me, keep on watching Rentageous. Again, I'm David, and hey man, have an awesome time out there. Happy running, and kick some ass out there. Peace.